Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. Sorry, I jumped on the full link or the wrong link, had everything set up, and then I was like, this is the wrong one. So we had to backtrack, get back set up. But happy Saturday. Let us know you're here and what you're reading. You do not have to be reading the book club pick, uh, which I have right here, which is Spark of the Everflame by Penn Cole. It's a romantasy. I've only heard spectacular, amazing things about it. Like, I cannot wait. I, however, will not be reading this yet. I'm going to wait a little bit longer to get to it because I am someone who will read a book and then forget almost everything about it.
Yeah.
Even though it sounds like this one's going to be like one of those that sticks with you, but I just want it to be fresh in my brain when we have our discussion, which I was apparently ready for because that's the link I was on earlier. But I will be reading Abby Jimenez Just for the Summer. I am only 40 pages into it, and this is my most highly anticipated book of the summer, so I am so excited. Also, Abby Jimenez is in Michigan right now, and the urge to just drive across the state to be like, oh, I was just walking around this town and I ran into you. Can you sign my book? I've had thoughts about that, but that's what I'll be reading today, as long as I'm not getting too tired. My husband woke up at 4:30 this morning, so I have been up since 4:30 this morning. And I did start the audiobook to A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, like audiobook, while I was working on my garden stuff this morning, and I was liking that. So if I need to like multitask to stay awake, I might listen and work on that, but I'm hoping to read. So what about you, April?
Well, I was back and forth between if I wanted to start this today or not. And I'm the same way. I will binge read a book and then won't remember the nitty-gritty details. So and randomly last night I decided that I was going to reread Throne of Glass. So I'm like 5 chapters in and I'm like, well, I can't read 2 fantasies at once. So I don't know. So I think I'm going to read Throne of Glass today. And I do have some bags to work on. I'm in the middle of making this cute bag. Isn't that cute? Oh,
I love those colors. Oh my gosh.
So I have the front and the back made. Now I just have to make the sides and the inside. I worked on that last night, and it's for a fabric company that it's called Striking for, basically, making stuff and promoting their fabric. So I don't know. I just am all over the place because I have a lot to do, but I also want to read. So all that to sum up that I'm going to read Throne of Glass today. Happy Saturday.
That is exactly how I feel, except now I'm in like a sleepy haze. So if you guys followed me on a Spark of Sam, like my crafty general account, yesterday I went quilt shop hopping with my mom. So the state of Michigan is having a quilt shop hop, and there's dozens and dozens of quilt shops all over the state of Michigan that have signed up to do this, and you have to buy this book, and then you get stickers and you get little like patches for every shop you go to. And my mom's trying to go to as many as possible. She's retired, but she works at a quilt shop now, and they're participating in it. And she wanted to go to like around the Michigan State area, and I went to Michigan State for college. So she asked me if I wanted to go back to like my old stomping grounds, and my husband is from that area. And it was really like reminiscent and nostalgic to see like all these old places and then tell my mom like different stories. But we went to 5 quilt shops and stopped by Michigan State University.
Oh, that's cool.
And like we left at like 9:30 and we got back at 7. And So like, I mean, we were in the car a lot, we were shopping around a lot, and it was so much fun, but I'm tired. Like,
Yeah.
I don't do that normally, and so I'm also just like trying to recover from that. But I feel you, because like I want to sew and do stuff today, but I'm also just want to like read and nap.
Yep. Yeah.
So let us know if you're here. Let us know if you are reading Spark of the Everflame or if you're reading a different book. I know a lot of you voted on the Tales of Starlight Instagram that you are waiting to read this, because I totally get that. Also, I will put in the comments next Sunday, so not tomorrow, a week from tomorrow, I think it is, the Hose for Prose book club is interviewing Penn Cole, the author of Spark of the Everflame, and they're doing that next Sunday. So if you want to join that, I highly recommend then reading it like this week so that you can join their discussion and then join ours the following week. Ours is the 29th, right? July 29th.
Yes, I believe so.
Yes. Yeah, so then I mean, if you think you can remember like a week and some everything, if not, I'm sure they'll have it recorded and you can watch later. I think they are talking about just the first book and then the whole series. So if you've also read the whole series, totally check that out. I know I really am hoping to read it before then, but I will be traveling next weekend again, so we'll see how everything goes. But I will make sure to link that in the comments, if not in the description of this video. So if you guys are looking to check that out, highly recommend that. And also the Host for Pros book club are doing Spark of the Everflame sprints today too. So if you want to hop on over there later today, I think they're starting in 50 minutes now. But they'll probably go a little bit later than us. I highly recommend hopping over to their YouTube and be on their sprints too. Okay. Good morning. And thank you, Yvette, for sharing that we are doing sprints today. Yesterday on Instagram, I was traveling and service was spotty and I was the navigator, and there's also so much construction, which I can't complain about because that's what my husband literally does for a job. But I was really testing my, like, do you know where you are in the country around East Lansing yesterday, because there was so much construction. So I wasn't on my phone very much unless I was looking at the map. Hi, Courtney. I'm reading The Rom-Commers by Catherine Center and getting some stuff done around the house. Ooh, are you liking it? I have heard some really good things about that book. I like Catherine Center a lot, but I haven't read that one. I've heard so many people really enjoy it. I absolutely love Just for the Summer. I've never heard anything bad about it, and Abby Jimenez is my favorite. The fact that she is in Michigan right now. And she's actually like the town over from where Matt's grandparents stay. And I am just like, I am just going to visit your grandparents on my own and just be like, hi, guys, how's it going? I'm just going to go to this town nearby for a second. I'll be back in a little bit.
I'll be right back.
I just have to go stalk someone.
That's funny.
Good morning, Beth. Not sure I'm going to read today. Have a lot of cleaning, rearranging I would like to get done today. There's stuff I should be doing today. It's just not gonna happen yet. I'm gonna start Spark today. Awesome. Yay. And we do have a Discord. I haven't set up chapter breakdowns yet because honestly,
I need to do that.
I haven't looked at the book to like really sit down to figure out how it is broken up yet, but we do have a spoiler-free chat on there so far. If you do want to chat while you read through it. Good morning, Tam. I have been excited for sprints. I'll be reading The Haters and enjoying it. I'm going to start Spark of the Everflame later in the month. Yeah, I know. It feels like we have so much time and no time. That's how I feel like this whole summer. It's like I got that. That's how I felt when I got Just for the Summer a couple months ago, or whatever it came out, because I was like, I got time, I'll save it for the summer. I got time, I'll save it for the summer. And then now we're halfway through July, and I'm like, well, I probably should read this now.
Yeah.
But I hope that you like your book. And yeah, this is the only sprint I have this month because lots of traveling happening this weekend. Excuse me. Hang on, I'm going to cough.
Well, and I know I was on watching Keisha's sprints or Hannah's sprints last night, and Wendy said that she has already picked it up too. So she's started it with us. So that'll be it. I think we're gonna have a great discussion at the end. So
I can't wait. I have also only heard the good things about this, and I think that's why I keep like putting it off.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So I'm reading Just for the Summer. Never heard any bad things about it. Then I got the audio for Foxglove. So I need to read this week too. And then Spark of the Everflame. And I'm like, am I going to jinx myself with too many good books? Like, I have heard 5 stars for all of these. And I was like, I don't know. Like, that's a lot. But I don't know. I think I'll make it happen and I'll enjoy all of them. And I'll just be in like my best reading era.
Yeah, there we go.
Hi, Melissa. How are you doing?
Hi, Melissa.
No see.
Hello, hello.
It's been forever. Hello, other Melissa. Not sure what I'm reading yet, but excited to have sprints today. Yes, yeah. I know it feels like forever. I mean, I've been having fun going up north, and actually last Saturday we went to the Miranda Lambert concert. And it was just like a spur of the moment thing, and it was amazing. She's always been on my list to see, and I absolutely loved it. So yeah, no sprints, but I've been having a great time. But I have missed you guys. Hey, Hannah.
Hi,
currently
Hannah.
In an adorable coffee shop, eating a scone and hopefully finishing my book club or my book club book. Okay, I don't know why that my brain like went haywire for a second. Yes, if you guys haven't heard about Hannah's book club, Comfy Cozy. Oh, April, do you have a book sleeve to show off by you?
I have pieces of a book sleeve.
So Hannah's book club actually has book sleeves that you can order through April. They're so cute. Oh my goodness.
Well, I've got a stack of them that I'm working on right now to get out, by, Monday.
So. You're like some of the things I need to be also sewing.
Exactly. Sorry, I didn't change and of course it's following me. I am sorry if this is distracting. I don't know how to turn this feature off. It's ridiculous. But anyways, isn't that cute? And of course I'm chasing the camera around and it keeps moving. So
I also have my April book sleeve that I'm using right now. This is like one of my favorites. I custom ordered. I found this print and I'm like, make me something out of this right now. And yesterday I used my butterfly backpack that you made me too, and it was perfect for like traveling with because I wanted something a little bit bigger than a purse, and it's a perfect size backpack.
That's awesome.
And I plan on listening to Hannah's book club pick, which is
The Secret Book and Scone Society.
Is that what it is? I just like it's lots of words. So
yes, and it's actually the audiobook is really good. So I'm tandem reading it so I can focus.
I'm excited. I'm actually excited because April said she's really enjoying it, and April and I have like normally pretty similar thoughts on cozies because they haven't been our favorite, but she said that she's liking it so far, so I'm excited to get to it. I'm gonna wait until probably like a couple days before because I will forget. Your scones look so good. I have been loving all of Hannah's like food anything.
Right,
whether it's food pillows, like real food, everything. It's been looking so good. Um, Many of you may know this, many of you may not know this, but I hate cooking and baking, but I love making fake food. Like, I love making stuff out of craft supplies that looks like food. Like, example, an ice cream cone
Yes.
tumbler that's all sparkly with a cherry on top.
It's so
I
cute.
did this for a Halloween costume. It says Sugar Rush and Pixie Dust, because I was Vanellope Von Sweets and Matt was Wreck-It Ralph for Halloween one year. But these are the types of foods I like making, but I am always very appreciative of people who do like baking and making real food because I love to eat all the good food. This is only my second Catherine Center, and I'm halfway in and loving it. Oh, that's awesome. I don't know how many I've read by her, but I've liked all the ones. Hey, Sarah. I started Spark this morning and already at page 68, enjoying it so far.
Awesome.
That's, I'm so excited. Foxglove, woo! I know. Keisha has hyped this book up for me like crazy. She's like, it is better than Belladonna. It is better than Belladonna. And I read Belladonna in 2 days and it was 5 stars. Like, so easy. Oh my gosh. Speaking of Keisha, good morning, ladies. I woke up late this morning, so I'm enjoying some coffee and an apple fritter with my husband watching White Collar. We'll pick up my book a little later and join you. Aw, that actually sounds so amazing. uh I did not. I did the opposite. I woke up at 4:30 and I'm actually proud of myself because I made myself breakfast and ate because normally I'm like dying by the time sprints come because I'm like, I forgot to eat. But I've been awake so long that I was like, I got plenty of time to eat before. So yeah, my schedule is way off in the opposite direction, which I guess at least it feels productive. I read a book and finished it too. The Women,
Ooh.
loved it. By Kristen Hanna. That right? That's The Women.
Yeah,
Is
I
that
think
also
so.
is that the one, Melissa? Because I have not read that one. I have it. But if it is, I love Kristen Hanna. Like, adore her. Every book I've read by her is amazing. I'm so glad that you found a book though that you finished and loved. It's fun cleaning and rearranging because it means getting ready to paint the new craft room so I can actually move into it.
Ooh.
That is
Nice.
fun. That's super exciting. I mean, I'd be really motivated to do that. I just adore you too. Thank you. Oh
Oh,
my gosh. We love you, Hannah.
yes.
And I'm so sorry that I can't make night sprints anymore. It's because we're sleeping by like 8:30 sometimes. Or then I have to like go in a different room to like watch so that Matt can sleep. And I just feel like I miss everyone so much, especially since I'm not doing as many sprints right now myself. It's been crazy busy summer, good and some bad. We'll fill you two in. I have missed you two so much. Aw. That's how I feel like life's been for me too,
Yeah.
Melissa. We
Yeah.
miss you too.
Miss you too.
I love my cozy book club sleeves so much. I know all
Yay.
of
I'm
April's
so
sleeves
excited.
are so good.
I'm so excited. Thank y'all.
Yes, by Chris and Hannah. That's awesome. Yeah, I actually have the audio waiting because I was going to tandem read it because I have the physical copy too. Every Kristen Hannah book I have absolutely loved. She is so, so good with historical fiction.
Awesome.
Good
Oh, hi,
morning,
Missy.
Missy. We got all the Melissas in the house
Right?
today.
Right?
Good morning,
Hi,
Jules.
Jules.
I love my sleep tune.
Oh,
So adorable. Yes,
I'm
we
so
love
glad.
this stuff.
So glad.
Um, okay. We will start with our first sprint. Do you want to go to the top of the hour?
Yeah, that works.
So it'll be 38 minutes.
Yeah.
Give or take. Sometimes my math is not good, especially when I've been up since 4:30. We'll go to the top of the hour, and if the
Yep.
time is wrong at first, I will eventually change it.
We'll come back. Yeah.
Okay, see you guys in a bit. Welcome back, April. If you're busy, don't worry about it. I got about 20 pages read in just for the summer. Um, if you're watching the screen at all, I am like cheesing and grinning, and there's something that Abby Jimenez, like, she can just write a book. Like, I'm like kicking my feet. I feel so like just I don't know. I'm just already loving it. I mean, I loved it from like the beginning. Uh but now I'm on chapter 6, page 63. So I didn't get like a ton read, but I'm loving it. I know I'm going to want to just like binge this all this weekend and finish it. But how did everybody else do? Seriously, I'm just like so excited for this dang book. Um Okay, let me figure out where I left off. Also, I did put I spelled the hose wrong, but hose for pros, and then I forgot to put the link. But the link is right here. Um, their sprints are starting right now, so if you want to sprint hop today, make sure you tell Nikki, Bree, and Vanessa hi. Um, because I want to show them all the love and support. And I'm just so glad there's so many of us reading this book this month. We are all getting into it, and it's going to be a good time. I can't wait to go for it. I'm hoping I hit a hat trick with just 3 books in a row, all 5 stars. That's what I'm hoping for. Um there she is.
Sorry, I literally got a phone call at the 2-minute mark.
Oh,
I
no
was
worries.
trying not to rush them off the phone, and at the same time, hurried up.
I can talk, as you know, so I can fill in time.
I was like, she'll be fine.
Yeah, don't have to worry about her. So how did you do that sprint?
So I got 2.5 chapters read. So it was a good sprint. So
Yeah, are you liking it as much, like, rereading it now that you have the physical copy more with you?
yes. Yeah. Yeah, I am. And I am remembering it. Like, it's like, oh yeah, but it's just different. I I consume it and remember it differently when I'm tandem reading it. I have the physical copy and I'm listening. I see the names and I hear the names, instead of like, I don't know who the main character is. I just know the story. So,
Yeah, that's when that's why I like having, like, the physical copy, because if I can see it, I just tend to remember it more, and then
yep.
when you do listen to it, there's something where it just, like, collides together.
Yep.
Um, I do have the audio on hold for just for the summer, but I obviously it's far, far out.
Right.
Um, but I also like that was the only way I would listen to an audiobook. Like I didn't like tandem reading for a while, so I would read the book and then listen to it. And even like listening to it after you read it, it's just a different experience. And
Yeah.
if I can do both, then I'm like a happy gal.
Yeah. Same. Same, same.
So we'll see how everybody else did that sprint. Oh, and Jeannie popped on and said, "Good morning, doing some cleaning and errands, but also reading the Secret Book and Scone Society today, which
Awesome.
is for Hannah's book club." Um,
Cool.
I can't
How are,
I'm actually excited to get to that one.
how are you liking it, Jeannie? People on sprints last night were loving it. And then I've heard that there have been some like meh, but I like it. I'm halfway, I'm a little over halfway through and I like it. So
This will be like one of the first cozies that I'm just listening to, and I think that will also make me enjoy it more as long as it's a pretty good audio, but I'm normally not super picky
yeah.
with audios. So I also think like me not because the last ones I've read have been strictly physical, like I haven't had any audio, and I also think that because it's not a genre that I absolutely love, that just reading it kind of drags a bit.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited to try listening to it because I do think it'll be something like I can garden and do some of, like, my hobby things. Maybe I
Yeah.
should I feel like I can't because I'm not good at baking, that trying to multitask on something I'm not good at wouldn't work, but
Yeah.
it puts me in the mood, and Hannah's prompts are so cute. I
Yes.
love them.
Yeah.
I do wanna have a picnic too sometime this month. Hi, Grandma Susan. I finished watching the ladies' finals at Wimbledon. Um, Great as always. Now it's time to listen to a book. Ah, that's awesome. I've never really gotten into a little bit when we played in like high school for gym class, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna watch all of it," but then kind of got out of it. Speaking of which, the Olympics are starting soon though.
Oh yeah.
Does anyone plan on watching the Olympics? I know it's so weird because it's like if you don't hear about it, then like you don't hear about it. But I've been
Yeah.
hearing about it because of TikTok. So like now I want to watch it. Um Normally summers are super busy for me with my like previous jobs. So I'm excited to actually like watch and partake in all the festivities. Plus it's in Paris and I love Paris.
Yeah.
Hi, Betsy. I'm going to be reading The Secret Book in Scone Society today. That's awesome. I'm so glad there's like everyone's reading book club picks, and I
Yeah.
just love the participation of everybody.
Me too.
Need to run. Have a great day, ladies.
Bye,
Bye,
Melissa.
Melissa. Have a great weekend. OMG, you're reading
Oh,
Just for the Summer, Sam. 6 stars for me. Right now, I am like kicking my feet. Seriously, I'm like, I need to turn my camera off. I'm like blushing and nothing's like even happening. One thing I did want to say, so the one main character, without spoiling too much, the one main character has a younger brother that is like significantly younger than him. And his name is Alex. And
oh,
I have a little brother that's 10, well, he's almost 11 years younger than me, whose name is Alex. So
that's so cool.
I was like, I have a little brother Alex. With a huge age gap, so which my little brother Alex is not so little anymore. he he's all been like, look at my mustache. Well, he's blonde. Like his hair is the same color as mine, but his mustache is like blonde, like
Oh
lighter
gosh,
than my tips. Um and so we're like, oh yeah. And I always joke, I'm like, Alex, I can grow a better mustache than you.
that's
Um
funny.
so he went last night and dyed his mustache.
My gosh.
And he FaceTimed my mom and I, and he's like the stash, and I was like, yeah, what about it? It looks darker. He's like, I dyed it so you
Oh
can
my
see it.
god.
And it actually looks really good. Like it's the same color as his hair. His eyebrows are still like naturally darker, but I was like, dude, this is what you're doing with your life now.
That is so funny.
Dyeing your mustache so we can't tease him anymore that he doesn't have a mustache. Yeah, he's turning 21 next month. And it's putting me in like midlife crisis. Like, how is my baby brother turning 21?
No.
Makes me feel old because I was like, I used to change your diapers.
Uh-huh.
And when Matt and I first started dating, I mean, Alex was shorter than Matt, like by far.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, he was only 10.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That was my little tangent about that. Hey, Christina. Remember to hydrate and hug the like button. Thank you, thank you.
Thank
I
you.
got my 30-ounce Stanley with my
Oh,
watermelon
nice.
straw topper. It just seemed very summery.
Yes.
And I'm drinking liquid IV because that's my go-to every day. That's also on my TikTok. I posted my first dab of the day yesterday. This is a different, like, because it's the same, but it's different. Like, I'm not drinking yesterday's water. I did
Yeah.
finish it and clean it. And just so you guys are like, oh, that's the same thing that yesterday. I'm a creature of habit, but I do wash my stuff. I am so glad there were sprints to tear me away from BookTube. I'm reading the fine print
Ooh.
and the secret book in Scone Society. That is like a mouthful.
Uh-huh.
um, Going to focus on the fine print for the next sprint. Are you liking it? Are you just starting it? I know there's so
Yeah.
many books to read.
I really want to read that. Like I've put it on hold so many times and I've let it just lapse, but I really want to read that. I've heard it's so good.
Is that the one that Hannah recommended?
Yeah, it's like the theme park. It's kind of like
Oh,
they're
that's not
building
what
a theme park kind of thing, something. I don't remember the whole synopsis, but um
I never remember anything. If you
yeah.
guys watched my last TBR, I thought half the books I talked about took place in Michigan, and in fact, none of them do. So honestly, I know nothing about any synopsis. I personally don't like look into the synopsis a ton with books. Like I do, and then I hope I forget it because it kind of like ruins some things, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm in the business of creating fairy tales, theme parks, production companies, five-star hotels. Everything could be all mine if I renovated Dreamland. My initial idea for hiring Zara was good in theory, but then I kissed her.
Okay. I was picturing the correct book. For whatever reason, when you said it that way, because I didn't know what it was about, I was like, "Isn't
Yeah,
it just like a billionaire romance type thing?" Which that kind of tracks.
kind of. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, because yeah, you're supposed to read that before the other series, right? That
The Love Unwritten. I don't know.
yeah, that's the second one, I think, because there's one before
Yep.
that Hannah absolutely loved.
Oh
I
yeah.
was like, "That sounds familiar. Why?" Like, it's because I've looked at it many times at Barnes& and Noble too.
Let's see. Yeah. Love Redesigned.
Mhm.
The first one. Yeah.
They're on my TBR, but
Mm-hmm.
oh my gosh, also side note, I saw a girl that had her husband, like, pick out so many books from her shelves,
Oh my
and if it
gosh.
was a book she hadn't read, she had to do a shot,
Yeah.
and I was like, "That's terrifying. I could never do that." And then now I'm like, "Maybe I should focus on the books I have." Like, I don't know. I have so
That's
many books
funny.
I'm reading anyways. I just, like that was crazy. I was like, "That you brave, girl, you brave."
Right? Yeah.
I read a couple chapters in No Good Tea Goes Unpunished and made a late breakfast of bacon, eggs,
Ooh.
toast, and grits. Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing.
Okay, so question, Jules. How do you eat your grits? Do you do them salty or do you do them sweet? I never knew that there was like a sweet version of grits. Like cheese grits was just always our thing. Cheese grits or butter in your grits. And then I went to Cracker Barrel with my close family, well, close friends that are like my family. And they took a whole thing of Cracker Barrel syrup and poured it into their grits. And I'm like, ew, why?
It's like
What you
Buddy
just
the Elf, like
yeah, I'm like, you just ruined your grits. But supposedly it's a thing. So do you eat your grits salty or sweet?
I've never heard of that. I've only ever
Weird.
had grits when I was in Tennessee
Oh, funny.
for FFA.
Hmm.
They're really good, but I've also never heard of sweet
Yeah,
grits.
no, me either. It was really I've never tried it, but I'm not a sweet eater either. So
Oh. I am a lover of all breakfast food. I like breakfast is my favorite, and I don't care if it's sweet or savory or both.
that's funny.
My favorite. I got two chapters read and no tea goes unpunished.
Oh,
I know, that's like I feel like I am reading so slow and I do a lot during sprints, but it's because like you're like paying attention, you're trying to get in the groove, get back. Um, but 2 chapters is still really good though, depending on chapter length too. Abby is so good and her MMC's perfection.
yes.
I'm just so obsessed. And if you guys cuz I'm probably going to be so obnoxious about this book and just cuz and then I read The Friend Zone and I have the last 2 of the Happily Ever After playlist to read and I am just like fangirling over Abby so much, especially because she's in Michigan right now. But it's probably going to get worse because her next book, her main character's name is Samantha, and I am just not going to shut up about it. I hope it's my favorite one yet, but yeah, and if you guys follow Abby Jimenez on any of her social media, she actually wrote about a car that she had from her teenage years or when she was younger, and she had never seen the car ever since, like the same color, year, model, everything. And then she saw it while she was here in Michigan.
Oh,
And
that's
she
cool.
literally hunted the people down and they got pictures with it and everything. And I was like, see, Samantha's Abby Jimenez in Michigan. It's just destiny. This is me just being delusional. But I just want to let you know, Abby Jimenez literally tracked these people down for the car.
Mm-hmm.
So she's also Delulu. So, you know,
Right.
we would probably be friends.
Mm-hmm.
I love how much you're loving Just for the Summer. It's so good. Yeah, honestly, I have not heard a single person dislike it. And I haven't really heard anyone say they haven't liked Abby Jimenez at all. She just writes like good, funny, but then like rips your heart open and makes you feel all the emotions. And those are my favorite type of books. I only got a couple pages read because I joined late. I'm waiting for my book sleeve to ship and can't wait to get it. April. So cute.
Yay. It is right here in this stack. I only pulled off the top one, but it's sitting in a stack to be sewn up, so I should have them out on Monday.
Whoop whoop. Ditto. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited
yay.
for everybody. I didn't actually do what I wanted to do, but I did almost finish listening to Southern Storm. That's me literally every day. My husband's like, "Oh, like, how was today?" I'm like, "I didn't do anything." And he's like, "Oh, really?" And I'm like, "No, I did stuff. It just wasn't what I planned to do."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, you still did stuff." I'm like, "I know, but why can't I do stuff on my list?"
Right.
Hi, Katie. I'm on page 95 of The Whispered Word, book 2 of the secret book in Scone Society. Oh, you guys are going to do what's it called? Acronyms. I always get is it acronym?
Yes. Yes.
Why does that not sound right?
I don't know. But I think it's acronym.
Anyway. Between books and fantasy series, which I mean it's books, and then Taylor Swift songs, my brain is just like overloaded. Oh, and then it's
Secret book and Scone Society. Yeah.
Easier for you guys to type, not easier for me to say.
Right.
I'm just gonna call it scones.
There you go.
I started to tandem read all high fantasy because that really helps me get it. I struggle sometimes if I do just one.
Yeah.
Same. That's one that I haven't I have found like with the pronunciation of things. I have always struggled with the pronunciation of words since I was little, and when everyone's like, "Oh, just make it up in your head." My brain can't. I get like overwhelmed, and fantasy has so many crazy names. So that is where I also like all tandem reading now, which unfortunately Spark of the Everflame is only available on Audible, but if you are a Prime member, and I don't think like because I've tried Audible before, but it's been a long time. I was able to get 3 months free.
Yeah.
They're doing a bunch of promotions right now, so maybe look into that if you guys can. Or maybe if your libraries do have it. I don't know if they do. None of mine did. But I was able to get Audible credit and I get 3 months free. And I'm like, that's crazy because also I am reading the Throne of Glass series and only like the first 4 are on the library and then the last 4 are only on Audible. So I'm like, well, it's cheaper to pay for Audible and get 1 credit to get one of those books. So I'm like, I'll get Spark of the Everflame and then I'll get a head start on my Throne of Glass books.
Yeah. Good plan.
Yeah, see, it's
Yeah.
so hard, and especially when, I don't know, like, I just can't, and then, like, listening, it's the same thing, like, because April was saying she was listening to Throne of Glass to me, and I was like, "I don't think I could because their names are so different." Like, there's something about, like, seeing their name and hearing it pronounced that
Yep.
I need,
Yep.
because otherwise, I'm like, "I don't know what that word is. What's
Yep.
that word when they say it?" Like, you know what
Mhm.
it just doesn't make sense. Reading scones too. I'm on page 183.
Good.
I'm glad everybody's enjoying it. That makes me more excited to pick it up because I am not a cozy fan.
Yeah.
I It's just not my favorite go-to. Um, I am an see, an Olympics junkie. I cannot wait for the games to start. I like Winter Olympics more. Why? I don't know because I don't really like the winter, but I like winter sports. However, I've learned to like more and appreciate more as I've gotten older the athleticism of the summer ones. And I mean, like, I want to watch Simone Biles kick butt.
Right. Yeah.
The swimming and
The
everything is really
swimming.
epic, and
Yeah.
yeah, I have a lot more, deeper appreciation. Is there a certain sport you're looking forward to, April?
Yeah, I like swimming and gymnastics. Those are the two that I watch. So,
I like watching, the races sometimes too,
yeah. Yeah,
'cause,
those are good too.
especially the relay races and
Yeah.
stuff. I like that, and, like, the high jump and some of the jumps and, like, it's crazy what people can do.
I know.
It's crazy what Simone Biles can do.
I know. I know.
Like, her stats when she does a flip, I think she hit 12 feet.
Jeez. That's just
And
crazy.
it's like, what? I
Yep.
would be scared to be 12 feet off the ground,
Yeah.
let alone using my own body to propel myself that
Yeah.
high.
Yeah. I love the muscles. Like, I love that it's not just agility, but like strength too. So it's just awesome.
Yeah, it's just crazy what people can do. Good morning. I'm not reading the book. I just got back from camp. So today I've got to get my life together.
I feel
That's
that.
okay. We're not reading our book either because
Right.
we're but we appreciate that everybody that does. I read the introduction and then got distracted.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's literally that's when I do sprints. I'm like on my phone. Nope, read. On my
Right.
phone. Nope. Like, you're on sprints. Read. Like, this is your time to read. My sister and her family are about to
Oh,
leave, so I was saying bye. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that would make sense why you got
yep.
distracted. I am only on page 80 of the fine print, but I'm really excited about this series, especially because I'm looking forward to the follow-up
Yeah.
series. It's the Dreamland Billionaire series. Okay,
There
yeah,
you go. Our
April
two ideas merged.
I was gonna say, April had the Dreamland, I had the Billionaire. I was like, I thought it was about billionaire. But the Dreamland part sells me so much more than the Billionaire because I
Yeah.
don't know why. Like, the Billionaire just kinda gives it I know this is, like, being completely biased and judging it, but it just makes me think of, like, 50 Shades of Grey, and I honestly was just not a fan of that series
Mhm.
at all, but that actually makes me more
Yeah.
excited. I didn't jive with the first book, but I think I like some of the other brothers' personalities better, so I will continue.
Cool. Probably fine print since everybody was talking about it. Maybe.
Oh, I was gonna say, I don't know what you're talking about, Yvette,
Yeah.
but maybe.
Yeah, I think fine print. There we
The
go.
series is
Yep.
focused on 3 brothers. Their grandfather who created owned a Disney World dies, and each of them have to do something in order to get their share of the park.
Wow.
I'm okay, well, now this is just moving up higher up
Mhm.
on my TBR. That sounds really cool. Also, my husband just found on Xbox the, like, roller coaster typhoon? Tycoon? Not
Yeah.
typhoon. Um, and that was like one of his favorite games. Literally, the man plays video games mostly to build stuff. Like
That's
Sims,
funny.
he will just build houses. Fallout, I realize in Fallout, it's part of the thing to like build your stuff, but that's like all he does. Then he also has farm simulator, and he will just build farms and buildings, and like that's his favorite thing to do. So like when he saw that he could do the roller coaster tycoon for his Xbox, he was really excited, even though we both agree that like the computer version is easier to control, but that made his little builder heart happy. I do my
Okay.
grits sweet, but I don't dislike them salty either. I wonder if it's a geographical thing or just like a
Maybe.
family-based thing.
Yeah. I don't know.
Salty
Salty.
grits, butter, salt, and pepper. I've never tried sweet. What? Yeah, I haven't. Just got back from errands and saw where April asked how I was liking the book and Scone Society. It seems to drag a little in the beginning, but it's picking up and I'm liking it.
Good.
Good. That's good to know. Abby has been the best social media for her dogs. Oh my gosh. And her daughter too. Oh
Oh
my
my gosh.
gosh.
Yes.
I love them all. But yeah, Tess is
Yes.
amazing. April will send me
I love
reels
Tess.
and stuff of Tess.
Oh, I love it. She's hysterical.
It's so funny. Yeah, and her daughter got sick,
Yeah.
and then her mom is like and Abby Jimenez is like, "Don't call me."
Exactly.
Like, "Just
Stay at
kidding,
camp.
you can call me, but don't call me."
Right.
I love my book sleeve. I got one when Hannah announced her club.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
I need to read House of Flame and Shadow, and then I'm starting Throne of Glass.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm really liking Throne of Glass. I have read Throne of Glass and Crown of Midnight, and then now I'm gonna read The Assassin's Blade this month. Oh, maybe I should go for I don't know what 4 in a row is. You know how, like, 3 in a row is a hat trick?
Oh yeah.
Is there, like, a 4 in the row?
Oh
I
yeah.
probably won't do that because 'cause I'm gonna
Connect
read some
four.
yeah,
Well, I
Connect
think
4.
yeah.
Fun fact, Matt and I played that when we first started dating, and he kicked my butt every single time, and I was getting so mad. Oh,
That's
so
awesome.
mad. And then all of a sudden, I started winning and winning and winning, and he told me he was letting me win because he was getting so bored of,
Oh
like,
my gosh.
all the time. And then I, like,
Whatever.
never believed him ever again.
Uh-huh.
I was
Yeah.
like, now I have trust issues.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge cozy girl either. Yeah, like, I want depth, I want emotion, and
Yeah.
cozies are cute and sweet. I love cozy movies. Like, I don't like Hallmark movies I love, like, when I think of, like, cozy fantasy, I think of, like, Ella Enchanted and just like, my comfort movies are, like, cozy movies, but when it comes to books, I wanna feel all the emotion.
Mhm.
Agreed, agreed. The book math on Audible is well worth it, especially if you're trying to collect a series, but can be patient. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping,
I did that
especially
with the Harry Potter audiobooks because I wanted them to like be in my library or whatever. And
Mhm.
so I got Audible to and built up all of them. So now I have all that. So
Yeah, because
wonderful.
otherwise just buying them, they're like
Uh,
30 bucks a pop.
right,
It's like
exactly. It's crazy.
Audible is like what, 15 bucks? I don't even think it's
Yeah.
that but it's
No,
around that.
11, 12. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, way cheaper, like half the
Yeah,
price.
exactly.
I love watching gymnastics
Ooh,
and diving. Oh my gosh, the diving is
yes, that is
insane.
crazy.
Yeah, I knew what you meant. Yeah,
Mhm.
the diving is people, like, are crazy. Also, who
Mhm.
is like, "Let's make a sport where you just jump off of a super high platform and then do a bunch of cool things before you hit the water."
And the goal is to not have a big splash.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay. Like,
No, good but if you accidentally do, you might die, you know?
right, right.
Like,
My God.
what?
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
just like with in the winter sports with the like ski jump.
Oh yeah.
Who
Whoa.
was like, let's build this giant ramp and just fly in the air and hope you catch yourself with your skis?
Oh my gosh.
It's crazy. I love it. I'm so glad there's crazy people out there because I am not one of those people. The Scone book isn't pulling too cozy, more mystery and women relationships that are really great. Oh, that makes me excited. Scones isn't a typical cozy, it's more of a classic mystery. I love mysteries.
Mm-hmm.
The friend group in the story have a cozy, loving friendship, but otherwise it's pure mystery.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes me happy. I'm listening to Good Girl's Guide to Murder right now too. So like I love mystery and solving, and I listen to true crime all the time. So that makes me happy. Yeah, Nancy Drew. I've been wanting to reread all of the Nancy Drews.
Oh, that'd be fun.
I don't have them though. I really thought my mom's name is Nancy. I really thought my mom told me once upon a time that her aunt bought her all of the Nancy Drew books. But my mom told me that was incorrect. And I was like, how did I just make that up? I've thought that for like years. Because I was like, is she going to give me all of her Nancy Drew books? No, she doesn't have them. And I was like, why not? Your name's Nancy. Why did no one buy you?
Right.
Like, so I have a cousin named Amelia, and my mom and I would buy her the Amelia Bedelia books when she was little because her name's Amelia.
That's funny.
I'll be buying myself the Abby Jimenez book about Samantha.
Right. Just you have to.
I have to. The Disney World-esque part of the series is fun to read about. The female main character does the hair for children to make them look like princesses, etc.
That's so cool. Mm-hmm. I can't wait.
I don't know if you guys know this or not, but April and I are obsessed with Disney.
Obsessed. Obsessed.
So that's so exciting. I love I watch. Ooh, I don't know if my internet's going out right now. I like watching on TikTok the Bibbidi Boppity Boo boutique.
Yes.
And how they dress up all of the little girls.
Yes.
That's so cute. Oh my god, my husband is so weird to say. We only got married a month ago. I still feel weird. I feel old when I say like my husband. And it's like, oh, you're gonna be 32, Sam. Like you're getting there. Plays all of these video games and loves creating the uniforms and will do them for each player.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's so funny how they get like, I guess when it comes to like the motocross games, Matt really worries about like his bike and his gear and all that stuff too. But congratulations on getting married. I think I'm reading Daughter of the Forest by Juliet. I'm not going to attempt that. That's Marillier. My tongue can't say that. At least until either my son is ready to go back to City of Ash or son and hubby are ready to go back to Catching Fire. Ooh.
Nice.
You guys are just reading a bunch of books. I know you and your family are trying to get a bunch of big series read this summer.
That's awesome.
To me, what's truly crazy is the way they have used swan dive off the high dive. Like you're just falling headfirst towards the water forever. I personally have nightmares about free falling, and some people just enjoy that. If I had the chance to go skydiving, though, I would do it. But don't get me wrong, I would scream and freak out the whole time.
Yeah. Nope. I don't think I'm brave enough.
I mean, I say I would now, but that's just like a whole hypothetical thing.
I would if I was. No, I'm not even going to say it out loud. I would not.
You're like, I'm not manifesting that.
I would not.
I would do it just to prove that I could, but
yes, that's sort of what I was going to say. But yeah,
I do a lot of things. Like if someone's like, "Oh, you can't do that,"
correct.
I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, you can't scare me with peer pressure. I've been fighting peer pressure since I was a teenager.
Right.
But then there's some things that I'm like, maybe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm not a huge YA fan either, but really enjoyed A Good Girl's Guide to Murder too. Yeah, it really depends on like what the topic is, and how they handle YA because it's not my go-to, either. Go to any library, book sale. Nancy Drew hardbacks are cheap
There
there.
you go.
Yeah, I need.
Mhm.
I have no one to go with me to these things.
We need to merge Michigan and Tennessee closer. That would just be great.
Guys, this is seriously. I would rather go drive 12 hours to visit April to go to a book sale than
Right.
go to a book sale that is down the road by myself. That is how my anxiety works. It does not make sense.
Oh, it's so funny.
Just so you know, like I can't make it up. That's how I am. You two obsessed with Disney? No.
Yeah, you would never be able to tell that, would you? No.
I was trying. I'm like, I actually right now there's nothing.
Oh,
But
there's everything behind me.
yeah.
Everything. I have Pascal and Gus and Madame Leota and yeah, all the things.
I mean, I have you can't out a shot, but I have like my Scentsy and then literally that whole wall and that whole wall of my Loungefly. But right here, I'm like, oh, I don't really have anything.
Right there's your book corner.
I know. I was going for a theme, but
Right.
apparently I need more Disney. Now my brain's going way different. You're welcome. Yes, everyone congratulate.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
I can't believe I'm coming up on my 4th anniversary because it's like, what?
That's
I
crazy.
would I would say Skydive too, but when it came to it, would I? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I am. Because my husband, he would do it in a heartbeat. He's a thrill junkie. We're so opposite. I don't. So we have 2 dirt bikes right now, and he keeps calling the smaller one mine, and I'm like, just because I rode it once 10 years ago when we were dating, because I was trying to show off and be like, yeah, look at me, I'm fun. I'll ride dirt bikes. Doesn't mean I'll do it now. Because he's like, oh, we'll go trail riding. I'm like, are you
No.
trying to kill me? Like, did you want a divorce? Is this how you're trying to do it? I was like, I'm old now. If I fall, things hurt so much more.
That is so funny.
Meanwhile, we had 4-wheelers for 4th of July, and he was just in heaven. He was doing wheelies. He was whipping around. He was being a goober, and he was so happy. And then when we went, I was like, slow down. Don't go fast. And then I was like, fine. As long as we went straight, he could go faster. But I'm just getting into roller coasters again, guys. Disney is making me get used to roller coasters.
I love roller coasters. I love them. Strap me in and put me on a roller coaster. I'm great. Free falling from an airplane in the sky? No, thank you.
See, I'm really picky about roller coasters. Like, depending on how they are, how I'm strapped in matters. So when you go to like Cedar Point in Ohio, they have the Millennium Force, which is like one of the tallest ones there, and it drops, and you only have a bar.
The lap bar. Oh, yeah.
Hate that. I hate it so much. If I have one that comes over top of me, I'm fine.
Yeah,
I'm fine. But Space Mountain is my favorite at Disney. Well, Epcot is Guardians of the Galaxy, which is also like the craziest. I don't make it make sense. Make it make sense. I don't get it. But once I go on it and I know what to expect, it's a lot better. But that first time, I have so much anxiety. I hate not knowing what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yes. Sam, you must need more Disney items since you aren't
exactly.
Tell your husband.
Exactly.
And he's going to tell me I'm not going to be able to go live anymore. Yeah. I just need a Disney trip. That's what I need. We did finish the first 2 Riordan series. Oh my gosh. I'm about to get the second book of the Percy Jackson.
Yeah.
We're taking a break from him to go through some of the Shadowhunter world. All of us were going to do the Hunger Games readathon, but missed signing up. Yeah, I feel like I'm not hearing about any of the readathons until right before they happen, and then
Yeah.
I need like time to process and get into it.
Yeah.
My husband is a scaredy cat. And my husband is not. I wish he was more. But we were reading the series anyways with hubby. That's
Awesome.
awesome. Sam, you're only 32. Wait till you hit the 40 mark. Things hurt for no reason.
Yeah.
It's just like I hit 30 and then I mean, so like I worked on a farm and stuff, so I always felt like my back hurt then. And now it's like now my back hurts when I craft too much. Like
Yeah.
or I'm in the garden too much.
Mm-hmm.
And now I just remember like my grandparents always complaining and I'm like, yeah, whatever. And now I'm like, I'm them. I just complain all the time about being in pain.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not active anymore with my job, and I feel like that has definitely made me go downhill. Which then I'm like, I really want to do a run, Disney, speaking of like activity and stuff, but then I literally ran in my yard the other day and I was like huffing and puffing. I was like, oh, geez, we're starting from the bottom.
That's funny. Run Disneys are so much fun. They're so much
How
fun.
many have you done, April?
I've done 3. So I've done 3 half marathons.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's such a great, if you have, let me say this. If I have a running partner that I can train with, it is a blast because I need that person for peer pressure to get out of bed in the morning. Because if I don't, I'm not going to do it. But the training is fun, and you're like not forced to get healthy, but kind of forced to get healthy. It's great. And then just being in the parks and running in the parks is just a whole different type of adrenaline when you're running. So
I know,
except for the like 5-mile stretch, that's nothing but back roads. That's not fun, but
that's crazy. I don't know if I could ever do a half marathon. I've done the Tough Mudder, the 10, I think it was the 10K one.
Yeah.
And I did that like without training, but I was also like a herdsman at a dairy farm with a pasture that I had to like move the paddocks, like set up and tear down fences.
Oh yeah.
Every like 2 days. So I was so active. So and I did that with my cousin that's in the military and my uncle who does like triathlons and stuff, and then my cousin, my other cousin, and it was also in my early 20s then, and I just want to do a Run Disney, but yeah, I don't know if I can do the half marathon. Maybe that's like a good plan, but I totally understand about like having someone with you to do it. So much more motivating. And
okay, so I turned 40 in 2 years. So we could do a half marathon in Disney for my 40th. And then you have 2 years to train.
We're planning this right now. This is happening. Yes, and because like you have to sign up a decent amount ahead of time too for them.
Which and it's one of those stressful signups, like to like pre-order, like Taylor Swift tickets. Like if you're not on and you're not in the queue, you're not being able to register. So
yeah, that's crazy. That's the other part. But we're doing this.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm gonna put that down.
2026.
Isn't that crazy?
And it'll be in February. So February 2026, we're doing it.
I cannot wait. I need to start trading like now. We do try to get at least some of the readathons on the spreadsheet ahead of time. Okay. Sometimes we make it, but you can go to the next month and check. I'm gonna be honest. I never look at the spreadsheet. I'm a bad person. I'm so appreciative of you guys with this spreadsheet. My life has just been a mess, and I used to be the most organized person. So maybe I need to get my life together by planning something 2 years out, starting now.
Yep.
looking at the spreadsheet.
Looking at the spreadsheet. Yep. There's 2 things to improve.
Yeah, and you gotta start small. If you add too many, you don't get it.
Yeah.
And it only gets worse as your 40s progress.
Great.
We're gonna all start running. We're gonna go to Disney for April's 40th and run a half a mile.
Right.
I'm 45, and let me tell you what I did yesterday. Nothing. But I somehow pulled a muscle in my back, and I was sitting in my office chair. No.
Oh, that's terrible. Oh.
They're all agreed. I feel that. I think I pulled a muscle sleeping. I'm gonna pull a muscle laughing, guys. I can't do this. My friend has done multiple races at Disney World a year, or does multiple. Jeez, oh, Pete, I'm trying to correct something that doesn't need corrected. My friend does multiple races at Disney World a year. I really want to do one. I did one half. I have 2 disability autoimmune disorders, so I wanted to say I've done one. Training is hard. Yeah. That's awesome.
That is awesome. That's a good feat.
Yeah, and like that's how I got really into working out when we moved to this house, which was like 6 years ago, but my migraines were getting worse the more I was working out, and that's when I knew I was pushing myself too hard, and then I just stopped because I was seeing all this progression, and then I was feeling worse.
Yeah.
And then as you get older, more problems happen. So I totally understand, but that was a great goal to have. And yeah, it's definitely, I can only imagine it's even harder with autoimmune disorders. I have less than a month until I'm 45.
No.
It's okay.
You got this.
But I loved that I did it. I love running so much. I swear it keeps my immune system so healthy.
Yep.
I love walking. That's why, like, I love going to the parks and walking. When I say parks, I mean Disney parks, Universal parks. Actual parks are nice too, and I like hiking. Running, I don't hate it. Like, I'm not like, oh, I hate it. Like, I can't stand doing it. I just prefer walking. My birthday is this month, and I just keep getting closer to 50. I am scared. Well, happy birthday month. Yeah. Also, you just got to celebrate all those upcoming years. Because that's what I'm trying to do with 30.
Yep.
I just don't understand Sai. You guys should totally do April's 40th. We are.
Yes.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Wait, what spreadsheet? Is this for a book club? So if you go to the link that I had with the Hose for Pro sprints that are happening right now too, those girls along with Christina, has a sprinting spreadsheet, and they are amazing. They put so much information on there, and they keep kind of the bookish world up to date on everything. I didn't even know that they had the readathons and everything on the spreadsheet either. But if you're ever looking for new people or new sprints and everything, there is a spreadsheet that they link in their description. So definitely check it out. Yeah. Yep. For the ones they find, they're awesome. They have like helped the bookish community so much. Oh my gosh, I have migraines too. I use Imitrex injections. They're the worst. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I actually had a couple of bad doctor experiences, so I just haven't gotten anything. I drink my liquid IV. I have my ice packs. I have my whole system down when I do have them. But I was having them like twice a month, and it was awful. Like, I don't know how people that have them like tens of, like, in order for your insurance to cover it, you have to have them like more than 15 a month. And it's like, how do you have insurance if you have 15 migraines a month? I lose my speech, I lose my sight, like I can't even text and make coherent sentences. Like, to me, it's just insane. But running is so hard. but that runner's high is real. I
For
feel like
real.
I might have just never gotten quite to that point.
Right. You'll feel it in 2 years, so you
Yeah.
got this.
We'll learn soon. Thank you for the spreadsheet info. Yeah, no problem. Vanessa
Yeah.
created it. I didn't know if she created it, but that I figured she is so like detail and
Mhm.
I don't know what I'm trying to say, like spreadsheet oriented and like if she has anything, she puts it in the chat. Like she's so quick and good with information and sharing it. Vanessa's amazing. I'm also using her timer.
Mhm.
Vanessa is just like super talented. Yes, it's on, Vanessa's page.
Yay! Hi,
Hi,
Jordan.
Jordan! I wish I could hang out, but we're heading to the lake. Oh,
Oh,
darn.
that's so fun. So fun.
We'll forgive you. Hope you love this book. Yes, we're very excited. Have a great day at the lake.
Yeah, have fun.
I wanna go to the lake. Yeah, I get them a few times a week. It's awful. Oh my gosh, I
Man,
don't get them
I
that
hate
much.
that.
I get them, like, once a month now, and that
Yeah,
is plenty for me because then I'm normally out 1 to 2 days. Oops,
yeah.
I skipped one, hang on. I'm just coming down from a
Ugh,
2-week migraine. I
yeah,
counted it as 1. How do you get 15 of those?
yeah,
Yeah, I literally when I had one in college, my roommate was terrified because she thought I was having a stroke because I couldn't talk.
yeah,
And then like she like freaked out and thankfully her family lived nearby and they were able to take me to the hospital. And my mom's like, "Yeah, this is just she gets migraines. I've had
yeah,
them almost my whole life. I used to
yeah.
have seizures when I was a baby, so at least it's
At least that's not common.
migraines."
Mhm.
They said I might grow out of them, I might not, and unfortunately, uh, they have gotten worse in the past couple years.
Mine peaked at when I was 27. Yeah. They peaked at 27 and then by the time I turned 35, I'm down to like one a year without medication.
Well, and I
So,
that's how I used to be when I was up until, um, well, it was probably like 8 years ago now. I would only have 1 or 2 a year, and
yeah.
it had to be, like, super bad weather and, like, the pressure change, and then, like, if I had, like, too much chocolate or caffeine after a certain time, and then I went to the doctor and I got some medication that was supposed to treat something else, and then they're like, "Oh, you can't have that medication." I'm like, "Why? This medication's helping me." And they're like, "'Cause you could have a stroke." And I'm like, "I've
Oh
been
my
on
god.
it for, like, 2 years. I've been fine." And they're like, "Nope." So they switched me and then all of a sudden, I was like, "This is giving me migraines." And they're like, "No, it can't. It's literally impossible to give you migraines." And I'm like, "I am having migraines all the time now." And then even after I've been off of it, it like must have changed some sort of like my hormones and like body chemistry and stuff. And now I'm like, I don't know. This is just how I am. And now I have them. If I went like 6 months without one, and it was such a huge feat for me to go
Yeah.
for that, and so it was really frustrating how much it could change so quickly. Like, I
Yeah.
definitely took the 1 to 2 a year for granted,
Yeah.
um, but hoping I can figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't know how good it'd be with migraines, but when I get headaches, peppermint tea always helps me. A lot of
Mhm.
the times I am, like, somewhat dehydrated. I've tried, like, peppermint on my temples, and, like,
Yeah.
it does help sometimes. It just really depends on the migraine. Some
Right.
migraines, like, I need heat around my neck, sometimes I
Yeah.
need ice around my neck, sometimes I need both.
Yeah.
I've tried a lot of the things, and I've found it really depends on, like, how that migraine is acting that day.
Yeah.
Um,
Awesome.
that's all I'm saying. That's good to know.
Can't wait.
Yeah. I get the worst, with my girly time, that's when
Yep.
mine are, and that's yep.
Yep.
I love it when you tell the doctors your symptoms and they say it's not possible, yeah, and then unfortunately, I just don't go to the doctor anymore.
Right.
Both Matt and I, like, we told each other because he needs to go in for some stuff and I need to go in for some stuff, and we push the other, like, "You need to go and get that fixed," and neither of us wanna go, but I think definitely this winter when he has time off, like, we are going to be like, "'Kay, we're getting older. We have to do this," especially if we ever wanna have kids, like, we need to think about our health first. Then we should just do it for ourselves, all that stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Lavender can help too.
Yeah. I love
Sometimes,
lavender.
though, super strong smells make my migraines worse.
Mm.
So if it's one of those, then I do have to be careful.
Mhm.
It really depends. Sometimes I'm hypersensitive to everything, and sometimes it just doesn't bother me as much.
Yeah.
I hate that so many people have them, but I am also thankful to find out that I'm not alone, and
Right.
there are so many of us that have migraines. So hopefully that means the more that we talk about it and get it out there, they can find something that actually helps them and
Yeah.
prevents them from happening. But holy moly, we talked for an hour.
Hey, it's good stuff. Good stuff.
It is. I love talking. uh, I know April, you have to get going at a certain time. Do you have to leave by then, or do you need to
Yeah.
leave before?
No, it's just up the street, so I just have to be off by 2. So,
Okay.
they'll be fine. So even if I just say my progress and then I can hop off and you can finish off, whatever you wanna do, I'm good.
Okay. We can do let's just do maybe 30 minutes and then we'll see how much we talk and all of that. And I know that there are a lot of other sprints going on today too. Dark cool rooms with some caffeine is best for me. I need a dark room, but I get really cold and I need to bundle up. And then sometimes caffeine gives me migraines. That's
Mhm.
where I am such like an outlier with some things. But yeah, so let's go to the 30-minute
Yeah.
and then we can chit chat for about 30-ish minutes.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. That went by really quick.
It did. It did.
I only got like 20 some pages read. I don't remember where I started.
Yeah, I think there was 2 short chapters and then I'm in the middle of a long chapter. So,
Well, that's kind of what mine did. It was like one really short chapter and
yeah.
then like a normal size chapter, and now this one's a little bit longer. So
Yeah.
that's funny. Oh, this one's way long. Whatever. I'm like grinning and smiling. My face is cramping up from smiling so much.
That's so great.
That's
really
here for
awesome.
it. However, I wish I was at the beach reading it or up
Yeah.
north. I mean, some people think technically like I live up north, like northern Michigan, like where Matt is from, people would vacation up here, but to me, I'm like, it's not northern Michigan, which Minnesota, I've never been there, but I've been to Wisconsin, and Wisconsin is very much like Michigan. So I feel like all like the northern Midwest states are so similar that every time they say Minnesota, I'm like, Michigan.
Right.
But I wish I was at the lake. It would just be extra special.
Yeah.
Okay, right here. I didn't realize you craft. I'm a card maker. I followed you on IG with my bookish card handle. I saw that. I followed you back. Yeah, so I'm a full-time crafter. Have been for a couple of years now. I used to work for somebody else and then got laid off. So I'm like, we'll do this myself. But I have a small business. I've had a Etsy since 2017. I changed what I sell on it. I've changed my name, but I'm sticking with my name now. It's Willow Star Market. But I made Market part of the name so I can forever change what I make and sell because I can't stick to the same thing my whole life. But yeah, I craft and influence crafting stuff and I guess bookish stuff, and that's why I changed to Spark of Sam as like a side thing so I can do all of like my fun stuff. So it's all separate, but I don't know, I'm getting overwhelmed with having like a separate book account from my crafty account. It's just a lot of accounts. So I don't do a whole lot on my bookish one. I've been trying to. Caffeine causes migraines, but also relieves them if you have them. It's weird.
Yeah.
When I was little, like I couldn't have caffeine like at all, but now I drink coffee. And so it's like I have to have coffee in the morning, but if I have coffee at night, it can cause it. But if I don't have coffee now, yeah, it's like I need it. It's weird. I don't know. I think all of it comes down to like being dehydrated too. Like I think
Mhm.
that's a lot of it. Those butterflies are so cute. What like my book sleeve butterflies?
Yeah.
Oh, I was like well, I have a butterfly on here, but you can't really see it because it kind of blends
Oh,
in.
yeah.
And
Mhm.
then I have my butterfly pillow that I
That's
made.
so awesome.
Um, I love butterflies. Uh, I got moth fabric yesterday too because I do like moths, and my husband saw a Luna moth a couple weeks ago, and I'm so jealous. But yeah, I don't know why I like them. My butterfly bushes are growing like crazy right now, and I saw my first monarch yesterday,
Ooh,
so I can't wait.
that's awesome.
By the way, I'm back now. You're all good. I'm gonna read scones. I'm just
Jones.
That's awesome. I also realized I was still behind in the live when I clicked back here, so I was commenting about the book sleeve at the beginning. Now I'm back in real time. I do that all the time.
Mhm.
Like it's just like, well, especially if I have headphones and I'm listening to an audiobook during sprints that's connected to my laptop, because then it'll stop the audio on my laptop and like it'll stop the video and then it'll keep going on my phone, and then I click back and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're already like done talking, moved on to the next, because I was all off. So I totally get that. Have a good day. Have a great Saturday and great weekend. I keep thinking today's Friday. So I am like Saturday, Saturday, Saturday. I read 30 pages of fine print. Way to go. I just looked at your Etsy. So cute. I dabbled in making resin tumblers for a while. Yeah, I knew I wanted to do resin when I was still renting. And when I bought a house, I'm like, I want to resin for sure. And then glitter tumblers became a thing. And then, yeah, then I became obsessed. I have 2 glitter walls. And then I resin so much stuff. I love doing it. I do a bunch. I made my bookmark. I dried flowers from my grandma's garden.
It's so cute. I have so many of those. I love them.
And I know. I love being able to like to dry flowers and to make them, and so that's, and it matches the book sleeve and the vibes, you know, the garden and butterflies. It all has to match.
Yes.
That's like, I'm like, there's so many people who don't know what book sleeves are. And I was like, yes, that was me. And now I need one to match every book. And I need a bookmark to match every book. And they all have to have themes. And now I have a ton of everything. I need to do better about my Etsy though. I have a lot more stuff that needs to go on there that I just have not done yet. Making listings is a pain in the butt. I wish there was a way, especially when you have new items.
Yeah.
If it's something like I've done before, like with bookmarks, then you just like change the description a little bit, you add photos. But when it's like a new product, it's just like there's so much that you have to fill out.
Yep.
Got some stuff done while I ate lunch. Still plenty to do, but definitely happy with where I am so far. Big goal is to get everything ready for painting tomorrow, but next week is more realistic.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Being realistic is like so important. When I am realistic with my goals, I get so much more done than when I'm unrealistic.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, that's only going to take me an hour. It's like, that's going to take you 4 hours at least of like undivided attention. But I'm glad that you're getting stuff done and staying motivated. I know that you're eager to get in there. And I mean, that's like with this room, it was so easy to put together and to get everything together. It like once Matt had the room built, I was like, this is happening, and it all came together. But my upstairs room, I don't know what I really want with it. And so it's just been like chaos for a year and a half now. Didn't read any of that sprint. Watching my summer ween vlog to make sure all my edits are good before I upload, and organizing my scrapbook stickers. Awesome. I've been wanting to scrapbook so much lately. Like we just went up north and I was like, I want to get those pictures printed. I got the We Are Makers thermal cinch so I can like thermal bind small books, and I just want to make like small little scrapbooks for everything right now. But good job at like getting your video edited and everything, because that's also time consuming and a lot of work. But so I don't think we're gonna have time for another sprint, so we can either chit chat, or April, you probably are like, I need to get going. I know I want to keep reading, so I'm probably gonna eat too, because it's now 2:00. It's like lunchtime now. So we'll just read the last little comments and get going. I lose motivation if I focus on being realistic, so I have to make my goals short term. Or I just go, oh, I have time.
Yep. Yeah, I have to have like due dates.
We literally said the same exact thing twice.
We don't talk often or anything. Yeah.
There was one time April and I were texting and we both would say the same thing at the same time all the time. It's like, wow, do we hang around each other much?
Yeah, just a little bit.
What were you saying? Sorry, I was laughing
Oh,
at
no, I was just saying, I have to have due dates or else I can't function. So, or I put it off and off and off. But it's good.
Well, and that's the thing too. I've been just chaos because if I don't have deadlines, then I'm like, oh, I'll do it then, or I'll do it then. Or if I then make goals, then I set like so many that I can't achieve them, and it's
Yeah.
like, okay, and then I feel disappointed. So I'm trying to restructure my brain, but
Yeah.
I've just only been like recently diagnosed with ADHD, and it's more of like RSD, which is like rejection sensitive dysphoria, which is like I won't do stuff if I think I'm going to fail, which I
Yeah.
mean, a lot of people don't like failing, but I like get this literally like this disabling anxiety where I can't do anything.
Mm.
And that's just been my life lately. And it's been really frustrating, but it's like nice knowing what it is now and having
Yeah.
a definition, but I don't know why. I just have like too many ideas. I have like a couple deadlines, but besides that, like if it's not someone else telling me I have to get it done, I'm like, "Oh yeah, whatever."
Yeah.
I totally get that. Thanks for sprints. Thank you so much for joining. I am so excited for our book discussion too. It sounds like so many of you guys are going to be participating, and that really means a lot to us.
Yeah.
I have a craft room office, and it's a total crap show. I have piles of stuff because I just want you all to know too, I do swear in real life, and it doesn't bother me, but I also try to be respectful of other people, so if there's ever an off time you hear me swear, it's because like, typically I do, but I try to keep it PG just in case there's littles around too,
Yeah.
just so you guys know. But if you're like, "Oh my gosh, she said some bad words," I apologize. In real life, that's how I am. I have piles of stuff because I buy so many stamps and die sets, it's awful. Yeah, that's how my mom was growing up. Also, my mom's a quilter, and so she has, like, a whole fabric store. Speaking of which, okay, so my mom's a quilter. We are checking out at the
Oh
shop
no.
hop, our first store we went to yesterday, and my mom's just like chit-chatting, like, oh, I work for a quilt store because a lot of them like talking about like how many people have you had like through, how busy have you been, all that. And my mom likes telling them and she likes hearing like how the other places are doing too. And I check out with like my fabric and my mom's like, "Oh, she doesn't quilt." And I'm like, "But I sew."
Right.
Like
Why did
I
what
was like,
so?
"Dang, mom, just call me out that I don't
Oh
quilt."
my gosh.
I was like, "Jeez." I use a sewing machine like
Oh
weekly. I've
my
made
gosh.
hundreds of things sewing, but dang.
Oh my gosh.
She's like, "I didn't mean it like that. I just wanted to let them know that you don't sew or like you don't quilt." And I'm like,
Well, thanks. Why do
"God,
they need to know? They don't have
I
to
know."
know.
I was like, "Dang." And like there's a bunch of people and they're like all laughing because I was like, "Ouch." And I was like, "That's not gonna make me quilt anytime soon." Because
Right,
my
exactly.
mom
It's like
my
fine.
mom wants me to quilt so bad, and I just the detail in time, like my mom made this. You have to measure
So
and
pretty.
cut perfectly
Yes.
multiple times and then sew perfectly multiple times.
With a scant quarter of an inch seam allowance.
Oh, and
Gotta,
then she's telling me because she cuts kits. That's like her
hmm
main job. And so she's like, "Well, you have to know the pattern because some patterns they require this quarter of an inch, but sometimes they're exact, so you have to give them a little extra." And she's like telling me all this stuff, which I'm like, I understand it, but I'm like,
Yeah.
fun stuff. I don't quilt, mom, so
Right.
no, my
Oh,
mom
so
is like
funny.
the sweetest person, but when she says stuff like that, I was like, my disappointment? Dang.
Right.
But then there were so many quilts that I saw that like it makes you want to quilt, but I feel like
Mhm.
I would start and then not stop. But I was sorry that I digress. When it comes, I have like piles and piles of fabric because I just don't have like a good way of storing it, and then I don't
Yeah.
have a lot of storage. And then my mom's like, "Well, when I die, you're gonna inherit all my stuff." And I'm like, I hope when like all of our family members that are die that give us things to inherit, they also give us money for a barn to put this stuff in because I
Right.
have no idea where we would store that.
Mhm.
I have 2 craft rooms and I'm busting at the seams. I mean,
Mhm.
granted, so this is my resin room and it's smaller, but I know I'm very blessed. I have 2 rooms. This is also why we can't have children is because we have no place to put them. But if you guys are on TikTok and follow me at a Spark of Sam, I have a pinned post. If I get 10,000 likes, my husband will buy me a garden library shed and then I can move a lot of my stuff out there.
Woohoo!
I'm not even close, but
Yay.
if you want to help out and all that, you can do that. Thank you for Sprint's gonna spend my afternoon reading. Yeah, I think
Awesome.
I'm gonna devour this book. Have a great rest of your weekend, Sam and April. Thank you for
Thank
Sprint.
you.
Thank you for joining. Oh my gosh, I took a quilting class with my mom a long time ago. It's so much work. Yes. And I love like my mom has so many friends that are quilters. My whole life like has been around quilters and quilt shops and all of that. And I just the work and detail I love so much. I mean, my mom machine embroidered and she only has like a small single needle machine and she did bees, like little swirling bees all over this quilt. So she would
No.
like do a little bit, move it, do a little bit, move it. And like she changed this pattern so that it was teacups for Bridgerton because we both love Bridgerton. And I love looking at like the level of detail other people put into their like art. Um, it's just not something that I will do. Well, I
Yeah.
probably will, but it'll be very basic. And then my mom will critique me because that is the one thing she's
Right.
very critique. She critiques a ton on. We only got all the squares sewn up, but never got it put together. Well, and that's the one thing I feel like I would get it all like the top finish, and then I'd be like, the binding.
Yeah.
I'm done. Like,
Mhm.
I'll check out your TikTok. Thanks. It has like my wedding. I think it's my wedding picture. Uh, it's at one of my pin posts. I think my TikTok's linked too because I really, if I could get 10,000 likes, my husband wants to get it for me. He's like, I just, trying to make you work for it, which is fair. It's
Yeah.
fair. But anyways, thank you guys so much for joining and we will see you on the 29th at 8 p.m. It's a Monday EST for our book discussion. So
Yeah.
have a great weekend, everybody.
Have a good weekend.
Bye.